key to emancipation is education. I think if everybody gets educated, then you know what your rights are. And without education, a man wouldn't learn to respect a woman, and the other way around. So I think what we should talk about tonight is how do we make sure that everybody gets the education he or she needs to get really emancipated. Because emancipation is not just from outside, it's also psychological, it's also within yourself. It depends the way you feel. If you feel yourself as a woman that no man can mistreat me, I bet you no man will succeed in mistreating you because you have your own self-esteem. But if you think low of yourself, then you become a prey to useless men that think you are just an object to be misused. So I think what we should all strive at achieving is just make sure that everybody, especially in Africa, I think education is free here. At least everybody has got basic education. But in Africa, you still have to do a lot to get women educated. So I think if we use this forum and make sure we give whatever we can do to organizations that make sure women get girls in Africa get educated, I think we'll do a lot of good for them.
So emancipation, in a very short definition, is getting free from both social, legal, political, and social problems in the society. So legally, there are things women would do and we would think as men that they are not legally right to do it, but they are. And this society we live in, most of these definitions have made even more clearer. And talking about the political part of it, there are most of us who feel that a woman cannot be a president or a prime minister, a leader of a nation. But step by step, we're seeing that this emancipation is becoming more pronounced, and a social problem, a political problem that should be addressed by all of us. We know about Angela Merkel of Germany, and some other leaders, and the leader of the Liberian president, and few others all around the world.
Quickly, well, I was thinking when you were defining emancipation, because emancipation is this, you have different kinds. You also have workers' emancipation, black emancipation in a white context, where whites are very powerful or were very powerful. But I think the way you define it, define it in a very collective way. And I think what's is essential about emancipation is that people, and in this sense, women, can take decisions independently of a certain kind of circumstances. So independently, they can take their own decisions, they can follow their own choice. I think that is the essence. It's about a certain kind of liberty to create the life you want for you. And it's about equality in that liberty for a lot of people. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take independent decisions from your husband. You can still take decisions together. But emancipation and equality, they are very, and then they are very similar. They go together. And in my opinion, it's very clear that we are all individuals. Only the problem is, I think in this issue, very much how to create a society in which we're not all only individuals. Because I think something's going wrong here with children. And it's very, very hard to reach this equality and still have your children, give them a very good education now, here, in Holland, here, now. I think that should be discussed.
I think, first of all, what you just mentioned, emancipation on its own cannot be free from the culture within which we all operate or live. So if you see the culture here is totally different from the culture in Africa, for instance. like we just mentioned, it's not done for a woman to just walk around all alone by herself in Africa. You give a wrong signal to people around there. So for you there, you go into Africa with your own culture, with your own Dutch mind. I'm thinking everybody thinks the same way.
Can I ask a question about that? I want to ask a question to you, Drew, about this. Because when I'm in Ghana, I see over women, especially in the country, always walking to their own fields by themselves, very free, in the bush, no problem.
I don't understand you.
I think the liberty of women in Ghana to move around by themselves is quite big.
In every country, they have their own way of living.
Yeah.
Forget about Ghana, Nigeria, Sudan, Cameroon, Gambia, or wherever. So it's in Europe too. They are Europeans, but they have their own house regulars. So this is the way I see it.
Emancipation of a woman cannot go without the emancipation of a man, because men too, sometimes they're not emancipated. So you have to do it together, everywhere in the whole society. Like for instance, in some groups, the women, they don't have money in their pocket. They don't go out to the shop to buy shopping for themselves. The man does it, because he don't allow the woman to go out or to do the things by herself, to take decisions, so anything like that. If the man is not going inside the emancipation, the woman will never come further.
Thank you very much.
But is that,
you therefore say that the man should let the woman to feel emancipated, to feel free?
If he gives the woman a chance to feel free, himself can be free
of
certain things too.
That's
right. Het is weer important. Kijk, ik vind het belangrijk wat gezegd hier is. Maar ik denk dat vrouwen zijn meer vrij dan mannen ook. Omdat overal zijn vrouwen die gaan ook naar de school, die zijn ook bezig met werk en handel, moderne wereld, reizen, winkels, directrice, minister. Het probleem is geen emancipatie, maar het is gewoon armoede. Mensen hebben niks. Vaak, mannen worden gefrustreerd. Je moet voor je familie onderhouden, heb je een vrouw, heb je kinderen, heb je geen geld, je vrouw die komt ochtends en vraagt je, oké, man, ik wil geld om naar de markt boodschap te doen voor de kinderen. De man kijkt, ik heb geen geld. Hij is boos. Gaat schreeuwen tegen zijn vrouw. En die vrouw die denkt, oh jeetje, die man is, ja maar het is niks met de gewoon, het is gewoon armoedigheid, weet je. Als die vrouw is rijk, die man gaat anders kijken. Die gaat niet kijken, oh, deze vrouw die geld vragen. Die man gaat zelf ook, oh vrouw, wil ik alsjeblieft van jou iets krijgen. Omdat op dat moment die vrouw heeft iets. Die positie verandert gewoon. Als die vrouw heeft niks, geen geld, niks kan thuis betalen. Ja, die man voelt zichzelf, oh ja, die vraagt altijd, oh ik heb niks, dat is het probleem. Als het geld is, iedereen is oké.
Thank you very much. I think we understand what you said. Even money has a role to play in it. Poverty is a key factor. If really there is money, I think it can solve a problem, but it's a short-term solution. Because when the money goes, then the emancipation is over. But so long as the money is there, then the emancipation is there. So, but what we are trying to look for is a lasting solution forever, that both parties will feel free